Hello everyone, Hugo Nowhere back with another Horizon Zero Dawn video, and today I am going to be doing the continuation of my mini series that I have going on my channel. It's pretty much a countdown for Horizon Zero Dawn. The game is so close. This is the 8th video. I've done 8 of these videos and I can't be any more just hyped, and I can't be any more prepared. I feel like I've been talking so much about this game that in just 2 days I'm gonna be able to play it, and that is kind of surreal to me. Again, if you missed any of the other parts, they'll be linked down in the description down below, but feel free to go ahead and check them out. But I must warn you, you might get a little bit too hyped up for this game. But today I'm just gonna go ahead and get straight into it. Now, I've given you now 7 reasons why I am excited for this game, and I feel like every single time I talk about something else, I just get even more excited, which for me personally, it's really good. Horizon Zero Dawn is one of the games that I've been just highly anticipating, and I don't recall ever being this excited over a game since I was I don't know, maybe 6 you know, maybe 6 or 7 years old. So it might not seem like a big deal, but this game is a big deal to me. So I really can't wait to again just get my hands on it, you know, and immerse myself into this world, and obviously make some content for you all. But with that being said, my 8th reason why I'm excited for this game is the world, and that is no secret. We already talked about 2 out of the 3 pillars. We talked about Aloy, we talked about the machines, and yes, now we're talking about the world. I kind of messed up the sequence in which I should have talked about them, but you know, it's fine. You know, you knew I was gonna get to it, right? You knew. First and foremost, we have all of the different eco tops, and these are pretty much the locations where you're able to travel. Obviously, we have like the snowy mountains and the Alpines, which is kind of where Aloy comes from, which is the place that if you watch any new gameplay, that's kind of, or well, I shouldn't say new now because it's really not new, but way before, like earlier this month, when the first bits of gameplay were actually being released, that's kind of where people who went to the media event were able to explore in that little section. Well, I shouldn't even say little, because that thing looked massive, and I believe even now in reviews coming out and things that I've heard, you don't really get to explore outside of that until a little bit into the game, so I'm really excited about that. But we've seen that already. But then we also have the desert, and we've seen this from time to time in the trailers. Obviously, this is where the main villain, I guess you could say, of the game is located at, where all the corruptors are at too. We haven't seen that much gameplay of the desert. Well, at least me. I'm trying to keep some of this game a secret. And then we do have the jungle, which is where Meridian is located, and we've seen that again in the trailers, but really nothing more than that. Now, the good thing about all of these different locations is that the transition between all of them are going to be seamless, and I feel like that's something that Guerrilla Games really put an emphasis on, to prevent you, or from preventing to get dragged out of the immersion that you're going to be in while playing this game. And obviously with locations, there's going to be the secret ruins, and these are pretty much places left by the quote-unquote old ones that Aloy has to discover, and I'm looking forward to those ever since they've been announced. On top of that, there's also these cauldrons, and I've seen a couple, not too much of the gameplay inside these cauldrons, and man, do they look intense. You have corrupted machines coming at you, sometimes 2 or 3 at a time, and sometimes you do run into these guys like while you're just wandering around in the world, but when you have to fight them in close proximity, that's when it kind of gets terrifying. And I've even seen a corrupted Thunderjaw inside one of these cauldrons. That is just plain scary. But on top of all of that, you also have the collectibles, and I made a video of all the ones that we've known so far, thanks to one of the trailers that Guerrilla Games released, one of their countdown trailers, I think that's what it's called. I'll link it down in the description, both my video and the collectible one that they released, and they all look kind of cool. We have your audio logs, which is pretty much kind of, I would say, basic in some RPGs, and these audio logs kind of serve to give you more lore on what happened to the old ones in this world that we're in. And then we also have metal flowers, we have ancient vessels, and just all of these things that we could just find while we're traveling the world, all at the same time learning more about what happened before Aloy and her tribe and everybody else we saw in the game got there. But now that I said it, also the tribes that are in this world, I've heard of a couple now, and each of them have been getting praised by reviewers for being so different, and each of them have their own views on the world and what happened. They all worship their different gods, they each have their own little society, they've built their own beliefs, and that is so interesting to me. So definitely meeting every single tribe member that I can is something that I'm going to do when I get my hands on this game, to kind of let them give me some insight on what happened before, you know, before they got there. So that's something that I'm really looking forward to, and those all kind of go hand in hand with one another. And the last two things that I want to talk to you about today are kind of small and sometimes insignificant, but from what I've seen, honestly, it has sold me on the game even more. The one thing that I love is the dynamic weather and how Aloy reacts to it, and it's honestly really just fascinating, you know, that they put that amount of detail in the game. Not to mention that some scenes are gonna play out a little bit different, not conflicting with the story, but just the overall aesthetic of it. I know there's one scene where Aloy's talking to somebody, and if it's raining, you could see the raindrops on their face, you could see how wet their clothing is getting compared to when it's sunny, you know, and they're all dry and the sun is just kind of reflecting off of them. So I think that's really cool, and I know we've seen that in RPGs before, but you know, come on, you can't help but get excited over it. And then the last one is photo mode. With a world like this, I was hoping there'd be a photo mode, and now thank goodness that there is one, because let me tell you, I'm gonna take so many pictures, and it's rare the times that I do that. You know, the world has me sold, so I need a photo mode to share these memories and just save them for myself so I can look at them and put them on my social media or something. Like, holy crap, I'm gonna have just a Horizon Zero Dawn album like on my Twitter or something, because it's insane. But this entire world, I feel, wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for the Decima engine, and it kind of falls underneath this category too, simply because it's the power of this engine that really makes everything, or what we're seeing, possible. So I'm really looking forward to just the possibilities in that engine, to see where that is going and what else it could create. Remember, Hideo Kojima is using it for his game Death Stranding, and I think that says a lot about how good this engine is. So I really can't wait to see more of it. But yeah, that's honestly everything that I'm super excited for when it comes to the world. If I missed anything, let me know why you're excited for the world of this game in the comment section down below. Having a conversation with you all is something that I've always strived for, so please leave me some feedback. Please let me know your thoughts, I beg. I'm looking forward to it. Also, really quickly before the video ends, so I know that I said that I had 10 reasons why I'm excited for this game. As I edited my list and released the other videos, I kind of combined this video with the Decima engine that I kind of mentioned earlier. I didn't want to make them separate because they really weren't all that different, and I just didn't want to release a quick 2-minute video talking about the Decima engine. So I kind of combined these together. So this is part 8. There will be a part 9. I have something legitimately to talk to you about why I'm excited. I had to change up the list a little bit. I don't know what I'm gonna do for part 10. I might just do a quick recap of everything that's been going on. I'm not too sure. I hope you stay around for that. I'll figure it out for sure. But thank you very much for watching. I'm Hugo Nowhere. You stay golden, and I'll see you in my next video.